everyone, welcome back to my channel, AnnetMaya. Today I have someone who is special, so special. You know, I did my bachelor's degree in Japan and I have so many friends who are on a MEXT scholarship. For those who don't know what this scholarship is, please, I'm going to put the link, the link in the description box. He is going to be telling us everything about this scholarship because he is an awardee of this scholarship and we are congratulating him first.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, so
Thank you so
without
much.
any delay, I would like him to introduce himself. But before that, in this video, the answers will be based on his experience. So please do not be like, oh no, that's not right. In my case, it was like this. Based on his experience. So let's go for it. You're welcome, Mr. Shinene.
Thank you, and
Thank you
yeah,
for your time.
yeah. Please, it's a pleasure. Yes.
So nice to have you. Please go on and introduce yourself to our
Yeah,
viewers.
yeah. Thank you so much, first of all, for inviting me for this
I am honored
interview.
to have you.
Yeah, I'm humbled.
You're my first interviewee.
Oh,
Yeah, for
you
such
mean?
scholarships, I meet various students, but those who have gone in the UK or other countries. But for Japan,
Yeah.
for this scholarship, which is actually so known in Uganda, I
Yes.
was looking for someone who can I interview for this scholarship because there are so many students on TikTok who ask me
Yeah.
about it, and I don't have so much information about it, and I want to talk about it, with the person who has gotten it.
Oh,
So
okay, okay, okay.
I'm the one who is honored
So
to have you.
I'm so lucky too, because I'm actually a fresh graduate of the scholarship. Yeah,
Not a
because
graduate.
a graduate, because an awardee, an awardee. So I graduated into it. So I'm an award
Okay.
of it. Okay, so Chinene Stephen,
Mm,
a teacher by profession, and first of all, I was an applicant for this scholarship,
mm,
and now
mm,
an awardee of
mm,
this scholarship,
mm,
because I was informed that I was considered
mm.
at the beginning of last month. That is August.
Beginning of August
Yeah,
2022.
that's when I got that very impressing news about it,
Mm.
and I had a smile. I had a
Congratulations.
smile. So
Mm.
I think that is me now. I have a mixed awardee and a teacher training student.
Okay.
Yeah, just warming for any time to take a flight to Japan.
You seem to
Yeah.
be so excited. So
Uh,
tell us about MEXT. What is MEXT? What is it, all about? What is
yeah,
it basically?
yeah,
And what is it
mixed.
in full?
Yeah, mixed. First of all,
Mm.
is a ministry of education,
Mm.
culture, sports, science, and technology.
Mm.
Okay, so
Mm.
I think for us now we go in through the education. I
Mm.
think it's the one in charge, a Japanese ministry in charge
Mm.
of education,
Mm.
just like ours, Ministry of Education and Sports. So
Mm.
there is Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports, Science, and Technology.
Oh
That is
wow.
the full version of mixed.
Mm.
Yeah, and now mixed scholarship.
Mm.
Okay, I came to understand that mixed scholarship is broad. Okay,
Mm.
it covers undergraduates, okay,
Mm.
graduates and postgraduates. Okay,
Mm.
but I will talk about a version of my own.
Mm.
Okay,
Mm.
this one of the teachers.
Mm.
Okay, teacher training students. Okay,
Mm.
teachers who are already professional
Mm.
and then want to go and add on
Mm.
something
Mm.
with mixed. So that
Mm.
opportunity is there.
Mm.
Yes,
And that
and
is master's degree.
yeah, it can be. It is two way. It can be masters, and
Mm.
it can as well be a certificate award. Yes,
Ah.
yes. So it
Mm.
can be one for masters and
Mm.
one for certificate. Yes,
Mm.
both are given.
Mm.
Yes, and it is annual for Uganda.
Mm.
For our
Every year.
case,
Mm.
yes,
Mm.
our case it is
Mm.
annual,
Mm.
and starts actually from December there.
Mm.
Yeah, that's when it is open.
Okay,
Yeah,
it opens in
yeah,
December.
in December.
Okay, we're gonna talk more about the
Yeah, yes,
application dates and all that.
yes.
So, okay, how can one reach the application forms, and how do we apply? Do we have to go to the Japanese embassy in Kampala, or we have to apply online? How do you apply for this scholarship?
Okay, thank you so much, yeah, for that important question. viewers, yeah, viewers will be so interested in it. Yeah, they are all important. But now for this particular one, so actually, I for one got to know about MEXT through a link of the Ministry of Education, www.education.go.ug. That link website, yeah, GO, that link of the Ministry of Education for Uganda is having, when you scroll downwards, you'll find scholarship opportunities, and it will give you a range of scholarships. Okay, yeah, for different countries and so on. Okay, and if it is time for MEXT, that is in December to January there, even for MEXT will be there. When you go there now, MEXT is not there because it closed. Yes, so somebody may rush there and will not find MEXT there because they have periods. But when you are in the right time, MEXT will also be on the list. Yeah, and then you will click into it, and then it will open in the details. It will give you the guidelines for it, all the details. Okay, so that's how I came to learn about it. Okay, and then the process of application. In fact, that guideline, the application guidelines, it is a big document which is detailed. It will give you the do's and don'ts and all the details, the guidelines, and they will give you the application form. It is also online. You download it. Then they will give you the health certificate. They will give you the recommendation, sample recommendation.
Recommendation, what is that?
There is what we call a letter of recommendation from your supervisor. Yeah, somebody who's known to you should recommend you and then talk about you to them. And then they will also give you what you call the placement reference form. Yeah, because you need to look for the universities which you want to take your course. And then after that, you'll have to go through the filling of the form. Okay, and all those documents which are required. And then within that form, you will give all your details about you. Okay, personal information, your education background, of course, your working experience. Yeah, next for our case, teacher training students, it requires one to be with an experience of 5 years and above. Yeah, 5 years and above. One for 3 years may have to wait for some 2 more years.
No, they should have to
wait for some 2 more years. And they're strict about it because you have to, in the application form, you have to show the working experience, and then you count the years and take down the note. Wow. Yes, very strict in it. The form is very very organized. And then after that, there is that part of an outline of the study. Okay, and the study plan in Japan. In fact, that is,
and everything is online.
Yes, yes, not online. You have to download it. It should be hard copy. I was getting to that. Yeah, I was going to reach there. Okay. Yeah, it is. It when you are applying, it is not online. Yes, you may do it on your computer, and then after you produce hard copy. Okay, or you may have it before, and then you write in it in capital letters. The instructions are clear, so you don't submit soft copies with MEXT. You take it to the embassy physically. The person, yes, that's how it is. I think they want to look at you physically for the first time when you apply. Yeah, not a ghost. Yes, yeah. We didn't ask much about it, but that's how it is. Okay. It is by instruction. Yeah, you download everything, yeah, and then take in a parcel, okay, with all the backing documents and submit
the application.
Yes,
at the embassy,
at the
Japanese embassy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
For those who don't know where the Japanese embassy is, if you reach if you are in Wandegeya, it's very, very close. I think this is Wandegeya. You go like this. There is a route that goes here. This is the Ministry of Education here. You keep on going. There is a junction there. The second junction, you go the other side. Yeah, well, that's not a good one, but if you reach Wandegeya and ask, I'm going to the Japanese embassy, it's just about 3 minutes to reach there.
Yeah, actually, one point you should mention is the public service. You go by the Ministry of Public Service.
So that's what I call the Ministry of Education.
Yeah, and then also the education. When you go by the Ministry of Public Service, go up, okay, and then also one thing also they want the NADS side. That's not the Anadizid quarters, and that's also the Legacy Towers. It is opposite Legacy Towers, the Ministry of Education, to your right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there is also another branch of Ministry of Education.
That public something service.
Yeah, the
I
Ministry of
thought
Public
it is the
Service.
Ministry of Education.
That is the Ministry of Public Service. But also the Ministry of Education you mentioned is opposite the embassy
The
itself.
embassy?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's most known as the Legacy Towers. Yeah, that's what they know, the catch word.
Oh, so
Legacy
it's opposite
Towers.
the Ministry of Education.
Yeah, at
Okay.
Legacy Towers, because there are two headquarters of the Ministry of Education. There is this one at Legacy Towers, and there is the other one at the Embassy House.
What is the Embassy House? Where is that?
Embassy House near Parliament, opposite the Judicial Service Commission, the Ministry of Justice.
I know the Parliament. Please stop there. You know, I'm in Kampala, but I don't know many things about Kampala.
Yeah, but that is it. So that is the real direction.
Okay, fantastic. So, who is eligible for this scholarship?
Yeah, the one who's eligible for this scholarship, particularly for this, for teachers, should be a teacher by profession, and should be with 5 years and above experience. Okay, and should be not beyond 34 years. Yeah. Below 34 years and below.
Okay.
At most 34 years. And then I think, and should not be having a Japanese citizenship. Okay. It should be from other countries, not Japan. And if you have one for Japanese, you have to declare it. Okay. And it shouldn't be on another scholarship by MEXT or by Japanese government. Okay. It should only be this.
Okay. And is there any website where people can go to have to read this information by themselves?
Yeah, definitely. At Japanese embassy itself, the Japanese embassy website, when you put in MEXT, they'll give you the details. Okay. But also the other website I gave, in the other www.education.go.ug. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it will give you the moment it is time for the scholarship. So they give you the guideline and that document guidelines about the MEXT scholarship. It gives you all the details about that, the eligibility and so on.
Let's go. Yeah, I'm like an addict. Do I gotta have it?
Hey everyone, yeah, we are going to be continuing with our interview. So sorry, had to shift. It rained, and so let's go to the next question, which is about getting to know about MEXT scholarship. So how did you know about this scholarship?
One thing which is important is connection and social capital. Connection and social capital, because it's actually through friends and people that you get to know what is going around. Okay, so I got a colleague of mine who gave me a link. Okay. Of the Ministry of Education and Sports for Uganda, that is having all those scholarship opportunities from the various countries, and actually when I went to that website, I landed on MEXT. Being part of it. Okay, and because I had interest in Japan because of my colleagues, Anne and Ronnie, who had been there, and that made me get interest in being to Japan. So when I saw MEXT, okay, as part of the scholarships that were there, and specifically that was connecting to teachers, okay, I got interested in it. And so I had to learn more about it. So that's how I got to know about it.
Wow. So we shall be able to share the link to the Ministry of Education where you can go and then scroll down to see all the scholarships for any season. Because as you said, if they go there now, they won't find it because it's closed. But there are scholarships for other countries that have opened and they are awarded through the Ministry of Education and
Sports. Yes.
The next question is, why did you apply to study in Japan? I mean, what interests you most about studying in Japan?
Yeah, first of all, like I said earlier, I had colleagues of mine, friends, good friends of mine, who had talked to me about Japan because I showed interest in it. They had been there, they had studied there, and they had told me about their system, okay, and how good, how peaceful, okay, yeah, of course, their social amenities and how they are hospitable. Okay, Japanese are hospitable people. Okay, and of course, generally, Japan being a first world, one of the first worlds. So I had to take interest in it. Okay, yeah, particularly because of that. Yeah, yeah, and so I think that is why I considered it. But most importantly, for this MEXT, because it looked into a teacher. Yeah, it looked into a teacher.
It's really a special program.
Yes, it is a special program because when I was considering all the scholarships that were on that link or that website, I didn't find one for teachers. But now for this, and it was a coincidence that I had interest already.
No, and you were already a teacher.
Yeah, already a teacher.
Yeah. How many students are given for these scholarships? For this scholarship particularly per year?
Yeah,
Around how many?
for our case, I think they considered the two, but yes, they considered the two of us. But also for undergraduate, they have, and then postgraduate. But for our category, at least the two of us, we are considered.
Successful.
I'm sure. I'm sure saying
Congratulations
it.
on that.
Yeah.
The next question is actually very important. Can you briefly tell us the main steps of applying for this scholarship? What you do first, second, and all that, but in a
Yeah,
brief way.
yeah. Briefly, when you get to the website, okay, and when the scholarship is open, okay, that is in December, sometime in December, okay, you go through this what we call the guide, teacher student guidelines or guide that talks about the general criteria for the scholarship application. Okay, so after going through that, you will find relevant documents. For instance, the application form, preference form or placement form, that one where you fill your university or preference, and then you look at recommendation, sample of recommendation. There are over four forms which
For
you get there.
documents.
Yeah, documents which you upload, and then
You download.
yeah, download. Yes, you download them, and then you have to fill them. Okay, you have to fill them. In fact, after getting them, then you have to work on your application. Okay, you have to be careful when you are filling the application. Okay, because it has clear details. Okay, the years you have spent in your education system, right from primary, mentioning all the institutions and the years. Okay, you go to O level, you go to A level, you go to university. Okay, and all the qualifications you got there. Okay, including the levels or the grades. They are so important, and of course the years. Okay, because they are so specific with the years. At the end, they will ask you the total number of years you have spent in the system. Okay, and then you have also to be careful when you are writing the years. Okay, when you are writing also the dates, you write them in the Western calendar. I think you begin with the year, month, and day at the end.
Japanese go with American, so yeah.
Maybe.
They full American.
Yeah, maybe American. Yeah. So now after that, definitely after one thing which is important in that application is the study plan and the course outline of the study. Okay, it's so important. But before all that, okay, you're supposed to first of all look for your course or study field. Okay, in the course guide. Okay, it is also part of the site. When you are there, where you download your what? Your documents. Even the course guide for teachers is also given. Where you have to go and look for your courses, okay, and then you get a list of universities, okay,
that offer your course.
yeah, and in line with mixed scholarships. Okay, in fact, I landed on a list of 45 of them. Okay, yes.
I was about to ask you, how do you choose the universities? Do you do it on your own? Can you apply to any university in Japan or the specific
No,
university
not
that
really,
have an
not really,
agreement
not really.
with
Yes,
MEXT?
Yeah, there are those specific universities, and they're outlined, they're identified. Okay, they're over, at least had over 45. Okay, and now the issue or the challenge is, okay, getting a university on that list which is offering a course field in line of your study, okay, your area studies, okay, and then the language of instruction is also so important. Okay, you get a point, eh?
Yes.
Because there is Japanese and then English. So definitely, if your background, you don't have elementary Japanese or you don't know Japanese, definitely you must find a university. That is one thing, and then which is having a course field of your study. You have area experience, and then finally the instruction language being English. Okay. If you don't have the Japanese, yeah, the Japanese ability or background. Okay, so those are so important issues. Now, after getting all those, before getting those, you cannot apply. Yes, because they are prerequisites. Actually, they are part. Now, what are you applying if you don't have where to go and study? So that is the first thing.
So you have to do some research.
Yeah, some research, and then you get them.
But
after
you
getting
have guidelines.
Them, yeah, guidelines are there. Yes,
are there, and they show
definitely. Yes, okay. Everything is done online, and then you will get it. Okay, and then after that, that's when now you go on to fill the form. Okay, the application form. Because now you have all the requirements, and you are sure you have a university, you have a field of study, and then the language
of instruction suits you.
yes, suits you. Then you have that list. There are always 5 options given. Yes, 5 universities in the order of your preference.
Okay.
Yes.
Before you go to the next one, is there a possibility, because this MEXT is for international students, right?
Yes.
Is there a possibility of a person getting the university, the course that is, given, and then not in English?
Yeah, definitely.
For international students.
Yeah, through that experience, okay, that's why you'll find that out of those 5, out of the 45, I actually managed to get 5, and I will not lie to you. The fact is, it was not easy to get even the 5. I first of all had the 3, and I had to go in for 4 days to get other. Yet the universities were many. Okay. Leave alone this list, but there are many other universities. But now I'm talking about the 45. Even out of the 45, getting the 5 which were fitting my cost field was not so easy. Okay. Now that's why one thing, you may get a cost field study, okay, and then the language.
The language
is Japanese strictly. Okay, somewhere they can show Japanese stroke English. That is also okay. Okay, but there is also where they show only English. It is also very okay. So you have to be considerate when you are choosing. Otherwise, you may choose a course, a field of study, and a university which does not favor your language. Yet remember, somewhere you have to show your Japanese ability. Yeah, if you have already, even on the form itself application, there is that provision, Japanese ability, or certificate of Japanese competency, if you have some background. So if you just choose without considering the language itself, you may not be considered at the end, because your language may not be fitting or in line, and the university will not teach you, manage to instruct you or give you a professor.
You'll be lying.
Yeah. So after doing that, that's when now you have to go to a doctor, a physician, for inspection and examination, and then a form is filled. Yes, and then signed and stamped. Yeah, and then after, you also go to your supervisor, immediate supervisor, where you're working, and then you write a recommendation. That recommendation is highly private.